Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is your friendly neighbor, Dr. Jimmy128, and I am bringing to you, the audience. Finally, the benchmarks of the recently unboxed EVGA GTX 650 Ti. Now, this is a reference version of the card, so meaning it has stock clocks, stock everything, stock cooler. I think I'm not sure if that's a stock cooler, but stock PCB, because it's a really small card. I mean, it's even smaller. It's in the case right now. I'll give you a shot of it later, but it's smaller than my Zonar Zen sound card in terms of length. And yeah, so some of you might be asking, why, Jimmy, why did you buy the stock version? Well, I want to give you guys an idea of how this card will compare with other brands. I mean, sure, you have Palette, you have MSI, you have Zotac, and all these other brands. But if you buy a reference card, no matter the brand, it'll be the same card, same clock speed, same performance. That is the main reason why I'm getting a reference card. And I'll blow your mind after the benchmarks. But here's what we're going to do for the benchmarks. We're going to do the same old benchmarks: 3D Mark 11, 3D Mark Vantage, Unigine, Alien vs Predator. I think I can now throw in Skyrim. I think I found a way to properly get benchmarks for that game, though it doesn't have the mods or graphic mods for the textures and everything. Battlefield 3 will also be there. What else can I use? What are the other games? Heaven, I did mention Heaven. And also, I'll now be throwing in the new 3D Mark 3D Mark benchmark. I think it's just called 3D Mark. So I'm going to put in those stats as well. Though I might not have anything to compare it with. But yeah, I might not show the stats for the new benchmark stuff because I don't have the other cards to compare it with. But at least I'll be able to show you the previous results that I had with the other cards that I benchmarked. So I'll be comparing the 650 Ti with 7870, 7770 Vapor X, 660 Ti or Ti, and the 7750. So some say, when we're talking about price range or just the level of the card, 650 Ti is an entry level card, entry level to mid range. So is the 7770. 7750 is also the same. So we shall actually compare those three cards. And I want you to take note, the Vapor X is pre overclocked, so I think it was a thousand over a gigahertz, and the 7750 is at stock clock. So let me get you a quick shot of the test bench. Okay, so there's my normal test bench. It's my trusty wait, let me set the cam down so that it will give you a steady shot. Okay, so there it is. Okay, that's my trusty i7 2600K, clocked at 4.5 gigahertz, cooled by the Corsair H100i. I have 8 gigs of Crucial Ballistic Tactical Tracer. There is the card, 1/6 pin, and there is my sound card. So if you notice the difference in length, let me try to get a better shot to show the length. Yeah, it's about, I think, about an inch smaller in terms of length to, yeah. Anyway, let's get to the benchmarks. By the way, for those of you who are wondering, the song that I am using from the benchmarks is titled I Can Care Less About the World, from the band Sunday Sunday. It's a local song from a local band, and I already have their permission to use it in my videos. So ha! Let's get to the benchmarks. Ching 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 ching.
And I don't understand. I go around in circles, so I need a hand. My heart's been tamed. Will it ever be the same? I wanna spend my days, all my days with you. If the weather's fine, though I can handle the truth. You'll be alright. We're doing just fine. But I have no idea how to save what's left in my soul. Save what's left of my soul. 'Cause I can care less about the world. What matters to me are your words. I won't listen to them anymore. They can't mess with our affairs, nor can they drag me into their lair. What matters to me are your words.
So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Those were the benchmarks of the EVGA GTX 650 Ti. Right off the bat, you can see that it trades punches with the Vapor X, which is quite impressive because the Vapor X is a pre-overclocked card. The 650 Ti that I used is not yet overclocked. Not yet overclocked. Not yet overclocked. So imagine what I can do if I overclock 650 Ti. But I'm not going to do that because I'm going to be installing the 650 Ti in my brother's PC. He won't really need the overclock unless, you know, he complains that games are now getting a little slower, the frames are dropping a bit. Then I would overclock the card, but still, you know, there is still overclock potential in the benchmarks that I showed you. Let that be a statement to the beauty of the 650 Ti compared to the 7770 Vapor X. Not to take anything away from the Vapor X, I love the card. It looks really nice. It's so sexy. Plus the cooling is very awesome. One thing I noticed though about the 650 Ti is it got a little noisy during the benchmarks, because you know when benchmarks really stress the card, they stress your system out. And you know, while I was like looking closely at the benchmarks, I could hear the 650 Ti make a little bit of noise, and it's a little annoying. But then of course that's with my open case, and there's no other sound coming from my computer. If you had maybe speakers or headsets, you wouldn't really mind the noise, but you know, it got a little noisy, but not that much noisy, because again, the only thing I could hear was really the system. And you can also, okay, another reason why I got the reference card is because when you buy reference cards, no matter what the brand is, you'll more or less get the same performance. So you can actually get a palette 650 Ti for about 5,600 pesos. And get more or less the exact same performance with overclocking capability. But I believe that palette has a pre-overclocked at around 6 plus. So, you know, it's still around the price of a Vapor X. I think the Vapor X is about 6 plus also. But the Vapor X has awesome cooling, so you also have to take that into consideration. I mean, you know, with the cards that are out from NVIDIA and AMD lately, I'm just loving both sides. So there you guys have it. There you have it. There you go. I hope you guys enjoyed the benchmarks. This has been your friendly neighbor, Dr. Jimmy, with another benchmark video. Signing off. Bye bye.